And before we take a break this Wednesday, 153,000 acres were burned, more than 13,000 homes gone, and 86 lives lost. These are the devastating numbers from last year's Camp Fire in Northern California. 14,000 families were impacted. Many of these people were employees of the nearby brewery Sierra Nevada. As the fire continued to destroy, Sierra Nevada started to rebuild, and they asked every brewery in the nation to join them. As MTN's Kent Lutzen reports, Montana's beer community has answered in a big way.
Northern California's Camp Fire is the deadliest in state history. The flames devastated parts of Butte County, California, also home to Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. John Sandin, an employer with the company, says many of his co-workers' lives were changed the day this fire started.
A bunch of our employees that work at the brewery in Chico lived in Paradise, and the whole town of Paradise is no longer here. Well over 50 of our employees lost their whole home, everything.
While the fire burned, Sierra Nevada opened their doors. They offered shelter, fed victims, and donated clothes. Days later, the company started a much bigger relief effort. Brewery founder Ken Grossman asked every brewery in the nation for help. 1,500 companies, including 7 from Montana, answered that call.
The fact that it was just so reactionary to the point where this happened, all right, what are we going to do? All right, let's go, let's make it happen. Initially, our owner said he'd be happy if 200 breweries signed up for it, and he got almost 1,500. So just to see that response from this speaks a lot to not only the community but the brewing industry as a whole.
Sierra Nevada asked the breweries to make their own Resilience Butte County Proud IPA using Sierra Nevada's recipe. Kettle House, Great Burn, Higher Ground Brewing, Lewis and Clark Brewing, Bozeman Brewing, Beaverhead, and Uber Brew were sent the ingredients, and now they're ready to share their beer with the community.
And you can try those beers here at the Rhino on Wednesday night. Now, all of this might seem a bit removed from the devastation that happened in Northern California, but it's what's going to happen here that's going to help those victims get back on their feet.
All the money raised goes to the Sierra Nevada Relief Fund, a fund to help those impacted by the Camp Fire.
I think it's a wonderful idea. People like beer. People usually like to help people out. So you throw those two in the mix, and I think we've got a great social event set up for tomorrow night.
In Missoula, Kent Lutzen, MTN News.
Now, that event Kent mentioned will be held at 2 p.m. today at the Rhino. Supporters will be able to order a flight of the Resilience IPA, which will consist of one IPA from each of the Montana breweries.